and that will be really wonderful.
Enjoy.
Thank you. Hi.
One of the 5 regions in Denmark, as is told to you. I'm the president of the Danish regions, and Danish regions is the interest organization for the 5 regions in Denmark. And it's run by a board of elected regional politicians from the 5 regions. And I myself is also an elected politician. Our mission is to safeguard the interests of the region
in Denmark. And not long after that, we actually became examined and regulated, being a professional profession. And we've been that for more than 300 years now. For several years, at least the last 3 years, we have been voted the most trustworthy profession in Denmark by the Danish population. So that's a very good recognition. The first visit is at the GP, and it's recommended that they come two extra times during the pregnancy at the GP and rest of the consultation at the midwifery practice. The number of midwifery practices, no matter where you want to give birth, you have a right to be assisted by a midwife. And it should be a right for all women in the world. This right matters because it really protects those most vulnerable or being in the most vulnerable situations. Most women in Denmark give birth in larger hospitals, maybe because most of the birthplaces in Denmark are larger hospitals. 3% of the women give birth at home. We have problems with accessing Danish statistics, national statistics. So I will just show you a few numbers so you get a sense of how the statistics are in Denmark. And they are not updated, so because in the last few years we have not been able to get updated information, and that's really a shame. But every woman in Denmark giving birth, there is an maternal age.
1 centimetre an hour. You don't need, they talk about slow but normal labour. You don't need to intervene necessarily if a labour doesn't meet the kind of standard Friedman track. And this was actually based on data from, again, I can't remember which.
The requirements of a competent midwife. So this actually, we are at the verge of launching it later this year. And then there is also an 18-month midwifery curriculum resource. So this is for post-basic training. Then CPD modules, faculty development programs that we are developing again with other partners. With LEDA, we are working on a facility-based clinical mentorship program and entry into midwifery practice. So really when a midwife graduates, she needs support on the ground. So that entry into practice, that's a new program that we have just piloted actually. And it's been very, very well received. So this we are going to take to scale in the coming years. And with Maternity Foundation, so happy to see many colleagues here. That's a Danish NGO. And we signed the MOU with them in 2017, and we are working jointly on the Safe Delivery app. We've added new modules to the Safe Delivery app in collaboration with them. I mean, they're the ones doing the hardcore lifting, the work, but we are working jointly with them on safe abortion care, maternal mental health, family planning. And we are also translating their entire Safe Delivery app into Arabic and Spanish. That will make it, and also Portuguese. So that gives it really global outreach. So it's been done in major languages. We have also worked with them in some countries for a localized version of the app. For instance, in Laos and Bangladesh, and jointly we are doing several trainings on the ground, very, very few funds. And unless we come together, for improving quality of care, education, practice, synergies, optimal utilization of resources, and avoiding duplications. What we see happening is everyone goes with a little pot of money, does a project, comes back, the project goes under. So we need to come together and make whatever we do sustainable. And we need to link up with each other, and really, that would add volumes to our voice and really institutionalizing what we do. So whatever work we do, we should aim towards institutionalization of that work. Thirdly, let's use evidence-based advocacy. Evidence is there plenty. And for enhanced commitments, resources, and an enabling environment for midwives, we also need more and more implementation research. So there is, this evidence needs to keep coming. It needs to be documented. Good practices need to be documented. And then you can make a case. Like we said, that one successive example is what we are seeing in Bangladesh. And even in India, I mean, I'm not presenting it here, but we are seeing huge changes come about. In the morning, I was smiling to myself. The political leader mentioned the population of Denmark. What is it, 5.6 million? Approximately that. And I'm thinking about 1.4 billion in India and interprofessional collaboration.
Really a lovely thing here. We have, I work as a midwife at the hospital here in Aarhus, and we have a lot of elderly women knitting cats for the babies as well. Isn't that delightful to have that?
Good to see you, and it's great to have you here in our city. It's a great honor to be able to welcome you to the 21st International Normal Labour and Birth Research Conference here in Aarhus on behalf of the city. You gathered here.
We have to see it. I say go. Done.
Okay.
Everyone? Done? Yes. Okay, thank you. Nice road, no? Stop.
You can cross there.
Okay.
Sorry. Where are you guys?
on the music. Okay. So let's do just the simulation. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 10. So we only got to one side.
You don't turn right back. You turn just to one side.
Yeah. Okay. So when you turn, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get it? So you go 4 times, then the fourth you turn, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, then you start 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, She's a natural.
I'm telling you, this was what the.
There's a specific place for bicycles.
Yep. Yes.
Which corresponds to 5.7% of the study population. In recent years, it has been the explanation for the increased number. We chose the maternal characteristics. We had data on maternal age, priority, body mass index, and smoking in pregnancy. The second group are antepartum conditions and obstetric intervention, as the number of interventions are increasing. We had data on sexual anterior.
Not feel respected, this can interfere with the normal birth process. Make sure that the environment around the woman is clean and private. Help her to the toilet throughout the labor period. It's important that the woman gets something to drink and eat during labor. Make sure she gets something light to eat and offer her at least 1 cup of water, tea, or juices to drink per hour. The pain often increases throughout labor until the cervix is fully dilated. Use your experience and knowledge to support and encourage the woman and talk her through the contractions. Give comfort along with her companion by offering massage.
And it's a mixture with mayonnaise. Yeah, I like this one. And also there is legumes, but it's like your legumes. Yes, it's for me it tastes very well.
It says put 2 strands of yarn together to make a magic ring. Yeah, and a magic ring you do like this. You put it around your finger, like that. Yeah, and you take it off. It has to cross here, and then you pull the string through. Yeah. And you make the first stitch. You tie it up by pulling it through here.
Is it twice?
So that's 1 stitch, yeah. And we have to make 6 stitches. So to make a stitch, you do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And then you do this. Yeah. So it's not as hard as it looks. You do this like that, and through here. Oops, that was wrong. Sorry. You do like this, duk, duk, and through here, like this, through, and you pull it through here. That's 4 stitches, yeah. Five and one more. This is the ring, you know? Yeah.
Okay, 6.
Yeah, we do 6. There.
Okay.
And now you've got 6 stitches. You pull this tight. I've done it all wrong. Can you delete it? We'll do it again. So you turn it over and make the magic ring.
Yep.
And you do this, make a stitch, and this is half a stitch, so you have to do it. Oops, that's the wrong one. Here, like that, and then you do. It's tricky because I have to go through here first. Like that. That was the first stitch. And then the next one, you do that. And then you do like this through both of them. Yeah. So that you have 1, 2 stitches. And you go through the ring, round the wool, pull it through the ring, and then you pull it right through both stitches.
Oh.
Yeah. So we go down in the ring, pull the wool through, and through both stitches. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to make 2 more. It's a bit tricky when it's double wool, because you can, by mistake, you know, not go through or whatever.
Okay.
So when you've made 6 stitches, as I've done now, you pull it tight together, and then to make the full circle, you put it through here, but you don't make a proper stitch. You just pull it all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah? Then you have 6 stitches around there.
So this already the nipple.
That's the start of the nipple. And you can pull this really tight so that there's no hole there. Yeah. You want to try?
Yep, I want to try.
There's always a little bit of a, gotta get the adrenaline back up again, and just keep with me for the last 40 minutes. I want to start by acknowledging Ricky. Is she here? Thank you.
Nee, precies. Dan kan je zo met boekjes en zo. Ja, nee, maar dat weet ik. Ik heb ze als pannenlappen heb ik.
Oh ja. Dan maakt die vet snel. Ja, dit moet je dus ook kunnen. Ik kan geen.
Moet je een aapje in een leuk kleurtje. Moet je haar gaat nou.
Die hebben ze niet, hè?
Nee, ze hebben geen.
midwives. Do we have that?
Aku tự vệ cái gì?
That said to me, it's very important that everybody at the conference gets to eat and drink as much as they like. Drinking is a little bit restricted, but if you've got money, you can buy some yourself. Eating will be as much as you like. Oh, you've been out doing a natural birth. That's very kind of you, madam. You could have had the stage. Everybody would be interested. I can tell that been there, any of you. I'm glad to see that this conference draw interesting research things from all over the world. There's people from America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Sweden, everywhere. And that's very nice to see. And a lot of midwives, as I've been told. And that means Mr. Ole Olsen, you're one of the few men here tonight. I look so very anxious to thank you. Yes, I finally found him.
Yes, being transmitted
But Gita is saying other professions don't get that. Like she says, if she said yesterday, like
to realise that. So we need to congratulate each other. It is actually, it's great that you clap, because I think it means that we realise that is our strength. And our strength is not only to unite as midwives, but also to unite investing in them. These are the people that are going to be leading us. And I'm not just meaning these people, I mean the younger generation that is really understands what midwifery is about, what the midwifery model is about. There are many that are really doing that well. And I know that we do see some, for example, in practice, I hear some midwife colleagues saying, the younger generation, they're not willing to kind of work long hours and they won't just jump in. Yes, I think our younger generation is really good at knowing where their borders are. At times I used to work far across any kind of, I did all kinds of hours that I don't think is healthy. It's not self-care. This generation, they're really great at self-care. And I know it's difficult for us sometimes because we have shortages, but the self-care will mean that they'll do self-care and they'll still be there. So I really trust the next generation and I look forward to you all taking the lead.
That pulls up the handles on the sides for the woman to hold on to as she leans forward to rest in between contractions. The woman holds the newly discovered handles approvingly. Maybe this is a good idea to let it come down a bit more.
Excuse me, can I have my book back? My normal birth book that you were holding. He was holding the
I'm
right
taking
one.
the video.
Yeah, great. Oh, sorry. Oh.
It's a video.
Ah.
No, Sabita has in a video.
No, photo, please.
Yes, in the midst of so many midwives. Like I said, I'm from Cameroon, and I'm seated here with my flag on my lap because my country is currently going through a very serious crisis, and we have many women giving birth in bushes with no attended care, and it's a really very difficult situation. And I'm equally seated here representing YMLs from different countries, which I'm sure they have various problems and so on and so forth. When I began studying as a midwifery student, I was told this profession had nothing to offer. it had zero recognition in Cameroon. They told me there are no pays, there's nothing, you cannot have an open opportunity in the profession. But me sitting here today, it's a clear disapproval, and it's a loud sound or a loud voice saying there is a future for midwifery, not only here but in Cameroon as well. And in addition to that, this conference has added a lot of value, not only to me, because I'm going to pass on this knowledge to fellow Cameroonians to tell them there's a lot to offer. And even with respect to respectful maternal care, particularly, which is the project of, I think, my YMLs from Uganda particularly, women in Cameroon are most of the times violated in the labor room. And there was a time I witnessed particularly that, and when I was like, what are you doing? They actually had to send me out of the room and be like, she's overreacting, so you don't have to be here, go out, you're a student. So I had to leave the room, but that got me thinking. I was imagining if I was the one in that position, how would I feel? So the normal labor and normal birth conference has opened up my mind and made me know that midwifery is not just a profession, but it's a calling. And it's a calling to more depth, more insight, more research, and more expansion in the profession to enable the decrease in maternal and child mortality. Thank you.
Delivering about 10 mothers a night, one midwife. And we are talking about giving mothers a voice. We are talking about allowing them to make their decisions. We are talking about helping them with respect. But I've always been thinking, how best can we do it in the low middle income countries, in the places where resources are too limited, in the places where you find that the midwives are really tight. It's not just about providing the service, but have we looked at the resources? Have we looked at how, by the time this midwife is delivering the 5th mother in the night, how tired will they be? Will they actually give the respectful maternity care that...
$1 million spacecraft into an asteroid to see if the impact can alter the course of the asteroid. And very often we know that what is being talked about in science fiction, particularly these days, becomes science fact in the not too distant future. So we have to imagine our future here, and then we have to work towards it in a constructive way. Next one, please. Whoever's doing. This is up to all of us. It's all very well for us to have courageous leaders and to go, that leader's great. But if we don't follow our courageous leaders courageously, they cannot lead. So, first picture, please. One lot of courageous leaders that needs to be followed. Yeah. I understand those who went last night, they did a great dance as well. Yeah. I saw a bit of it. I saw a bit of it on an iPhone. Next one. Sometimes, when you see people doing things, amazing things, it's hard to realise what stresses there are in their lives and what hassle they are experiencing. And most leaders in midwifery and in obstetrics, many people you've heard talking today, the last few days, who you may think have got it all sorted, are actually experiencing now, currently as we speak, really stressful, aggressive antagonism, either online or in person. And most people who get to this point have had some of that in their lives, and many of you may have too. We have to stop the fashion. When the fashion changes, which it does, you'll be behind the curve. On the other hand, if you're following the thing you really believe in, even if it never becomes fashionable, you will feel good in yourself, and if it does become fashionable, you'll be ahead of the curve, and you'll be the ones in the lead. So I just leave that with you. So research, in terms of the research and what we...
That's the last. You need to be fast. You're so welcome. Oh yeah.